let's hear it for Ganzo, man. They're not afraid to try out different knife designs, as well. Proof is right here in this little big knife, the FH61. So stick around for my full review. Hey, how you doing? My name is Jay, and if this is your first time here, well, welcome to my channel. And if you haven't already, consider clicking on subscribe if you're looking for knife reviews that get right to the point. And right about now, you should be looking at some specs. These are measurements that I had personally taken myself, and I'll also list them down in the description below, just in case if there's any of you that want to follow along throughout this review. Let's quickly go ahead and take care of those size comparisons, and we're going to start out with the Spyderco and the Para 3. Next up from Kaiser, from the Vanguard series, this is the Mini Sheepdog. And from CRKT, this is the Large Polar. And then we'll wrap up this section with a Benchmade and the Mini Griptilian. I have to say, what first had got me interested in this knife is 100% this blade shape. I mean, it's unlike any other currently in my collection. Seeing that it combines two different blade shape elements, a Tanto and a bowie, which I'm going to dub Tantowie. All the standard features are here with the D2 blade steel that is flat ground with a really nice satin finish, and just a decent sized forward finger choil. Using the flipper tab or the thumb hole, action is it's excellent. And now I'm a left-handed individual, so I'm able to spidey flick this, and I can slow roll it open, but there is no access ramp here on the clip side like you have on the show side for you righties. So lefties may have a little bit of trouble using that thumb hole, just because it's kind of tough to get the thumb in there to be able to deploy the blade. I mean, it's possible, but it's going to take you maybe a second longer. Now, no complaints here with the detent. It's nice and strong, so I'm unable to shake the blade open, and it is very difficult for me to fail the deployment. I mean, it just wants to snap open reliably every single time. Yeah, see, I'm trying to fail the deployment, and I'm unable to. Let's see if I can. Okay, there, I was able to do it, but it's not easy to. And for a smaller blade, the closing action is also very good because of that. Well, the blade's riding on a ball bearing pivot, and so you can see it does kind of drop shut with a little bit of shake and bake. And you can also do that, for those of you that like to do that thumbnail kind of closure. Oh yeah, you can do it here, no problem. Now, even though the nested liner, it doesn't really stick out past the scale, but it is, because of that cutout here, that access ramp, it is very easy to get at that lock. And once it is open, you can see it's about 15% lockup and centering as usual from Ganzo. Oh yeah, dead on. Now, when I choke up on the blade here, on the knife, I can fit all of my fingers on this 4-inch G10 handle, and everything fits very comfortably. Now, if I don't choke up on here, you're only looking at about a 3-finger grip. So those of you with the larger hands, you may have some trouble fitting all your fingers here. And the G10, it really provides just some really good traction, and there's going to be looks like 3 areas of jimping on the flipper tab, on the blade spine, and if you want to consider the stuff here on that combination backspacer lanyard hole, then that would be the 3rd area of jimping. Although the jimping on the blade spine, yeah, it's really not the most effective, and I wish they extended the jimping out a little bit more, but it's almost like it seems like more decorative than anything else. The pocket clip, which is, as you can see, it's deep carry. It's going to be tip up only, and that is just for righties. Ganzo, come on! No lefty love once again. And the handle thickness it's a little over a ½ inch at about 0.53, which I actually really like here because it just kind of helps. It really helps to just fill out the hand, and it makes for a very good grip. You can see I got the cutting board out, and we're going to go ahead and see how this 3.5 millimeter thick blade, well, let's see how it cuts. Now I'm going to utilize the forward choil. Oh yeah. Wow, yeah, that cuts really, really well. I mean, it's not going to break any speed records, but it does slice well. Before I go ahead and toss this up on the scale, I want to show you that it is going to be, for the most part, it's going to be open construction with that short combination backspacer lanyard hole. And if you look on the inside, hopefully you can see, yep, just that one liner has been skeletonized in an effort to reduce the weight, and let's see how they did. That's pretty good. 3.5 ounces, which is going to be roughly the equivalent 1, 2, 3, 4. It looks like 4 AA batteries, or, oh, look at that, almost the same exact weight as the Spyderco Para 3. Before we get to my potential deal breakers, I do have a question for you. Now, when you purchase a knife, do you have like a minimum blade length? So, if so, what is that length? I'll tell you, for me, I tend to stick with no smaller than, well, usually a 3-inch blade. Let me know yours down in the comment section below. Potential deal breaker number 1, and this is going to be for us lefties because there's no left-handed carry option with this pocket clip, and you know what, there really, at this point, there really should be. Second potential deal breaker is again regarding this pocket clip. Since this is a smaller knife, I really wish that they would have used a smaller, well, pocket clip, because they threw the standard clip on that they put on all of their FH series knives, and kind of like any of you that have the Benchmade, the bug out Benchmade, they used a smaller clip for a smaller knife, and it would have been nice to see that here. Potential deal breaker number 3 is regarding the blade shape, and I know for some of you this shape may be really difficult for you to sharpen. And the last potential deal breaker is regarding the forward finger choil and its size. I would like to have seen it just a hair larger, especially for those of you with the larger hands. I mean, I wear a medium-sized glove, and I can just barely fit all of my finger there in that choil. So maybe just a hair larger. So now, where does that leave us with the Ganzo Firebird FH61? Well, for about 25 bucks, which is the going rate for this knife, it makes just an excellent, for me, secondary kind of like backup carry. Now, I have seen a few other channels, they've been modifying this edge, you know, removing that Tanto element just so it just has that rounded belly. It's a good idea. It really is a great idea, but I think I'm going to leave mine as it is, just because I don't have any other knives with this type of blade shape. So if you're looking for maybe a smaller sub 3-inch blade, I highly recommend the FH61. So if you enjoyed this video and you got any value from it, maybe just leave a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, consider clicking on that subscribe. Thanks everyone for watching, and I will see you at the next video. You take care.